Hello,
Well,
welcome
yeah.
back. It's officially our first ever ever podcast in the month of October, which means it's super scary. And one of us, I don't know who yet, one of us is gonna shit our pants by the end of this episode. So yeah, it might be me, it might be Jake, but who knows? I certainly don't know. Anyways, let's start. Do you have any topics for?
Yes.
Okay, you do your topics first, then I'll do mine.
Okay. Both these are kind of related, and I told my friend that these might be connected, but something very spooky. Paramount decided to cancel the iCarly revival after three seasons.
I did see that.
Which is pretty freaking stupid.
Yeah, why?
And
Was the show not doing well?
I don't. I have a couple theories. Well, first of all, if it gets canceled, okay, but when you end it on a cliffhanger, that's even worse.
Yeah.
It literally ended with Carly and Freddie about to get married, and then Carly's mom shows up.
Right.
We don't see her mom, but
yeah, obviously
she walks in, she clearly walks in the room, and that's how it ends. And I'm very mad that we'll never see that resolved.
Right. Yeah, because that was such a fucking fan speculation ever since the original series. Where's the mother?
Yeah.
They talk about the father all the time, and that guy results in the final episode of that series. But I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah.
What the mother is. Also, no. I mean, to be fair, I mean, this is this I mean, okay. This is a dumb question, but is this a canon series? This is what happens in the okay. So this is glorified iCarly Patriot true facts shit. So whichever woman walked if they did it, whichever woman was the mother, that would be the mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks. I don't know.
We only got clues that in that last episode that she might have ran out on them.
Oh,
that's why she wasn't. But we don't get much clues about it, and if they probably did a season 4, they would have probably gave us an actual explanation. But
yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so my headcanon as to why this isn't true. But during the strike, the showrunner and the cast went on strike. So I don't know if this is some sort of punishment for striking.
Right.
I could see that. I also can't make that as fact. Obviously, that's just my speculation. It's just a little coincidental that when the strike's over, kind of wrapping up now. I don't know if it's officially over, but some people say it's officially over. But I heard some stuff that it's just kind of slowly wrapping up right now.
Yeah.
But I find it a little coincidental that as soon as it's wrapping up, that a group that went on strike, they're just giving them the axe for this.
Yeah.
That it looks like it's just some sort of sick punishment or whatever, which would make sense given Hollywood and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
But my friend thinks this was connected. Maybe a day or two after this was announced, someone posted the Gibby pilot. Right. I don't know if this was some sort of payback for Nickelodeon or Paramount or whatever, but I don't even think it was considered lost media, which makes this even weirder and out of nowhere. Just being
pretty sure it was lost media.
Well, it was. I know it was in the vault.
Yeah, because there were pictures at least years ago about it. Like
I knew that. I knew that.
You sent me. I saw them like a year or two ago, and I was like, yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah, I knew about that since it was like, I remember when they announced it. Like I'm reading it online, being like, oh, they're gonna make a spin-off show about Gibby.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Shows like that don't usually work, so I'm kind of glad it didn't happen.
You also have to remember the time frame of when that came out. That's when.
Was it after Salmon Cat or before Salmon Cat? Oh, it was before Salmon Cat, actually.
But remember that time frame, the Dan Schneider shows were kind of declining. So.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
why I haven't watched it yet, but my friend said it's pretty freaking bad.
I mean, if you take like the funny characters, like the funny like main side characters from shows, and give them their own shows, it is never going to really work out.
Yeah.
Like, look at Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. He got
Planet
his own show. It's like, yeah, no, that... I mean, I remember watching it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is fine. But, like, I understand that, like, people are like, yeah, this is trash. But, like, usually it never works out. Most of the time, I mean, I'm sure it worked out sometimes if it's been done in the past, but, like, Sheen is, like, the prime example.
That's why because I told my friend, like, I was like, it was probably just, since this was the pilot, this wasn't the official one they were gonna, like, put out. This was, like, their, like, pitch, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, he's like, but you gotta remember the time frame of this came out, so I don't think they would have changed much.
Right.
So, I'm very skeptical of it, but... Yeah.
What are you skeptical about it?
I'm just curious about what they were going with, because I haven't watched it yet. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'll be watching it just for more Gibby, since he was extremely absent in the revival, and it'd be nice to see Gibby.
Yeah, probably the last time one of the last times he played Gibby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll ever be playing Gibby ever again, which is kind of weird to think about.
Yeah, because the revival's gone too, so there's even less of a... The only way I can... And this is what I want them to do, like, a short movie to just wrap everything up.
Yeah, I've been seeing suggestions saying, like, they should just do a movie.
Yeah. They've done it before, so...
Yeah, they've done movies before. I think it would still make sense for them to end it like the series here, because like the last episode of iCarly, the original iCarly, the father showed up and
that was
like,
that, hey. and that was a very definitive end too.
Right, but I'm saying even though the mother didn't show up in this version, it still makes sense because you have both parents technically showing up, but one of them isn't revealed. But I think they should like obviously like make a movie somehow, like integrate her into it and being like, yeah.
And Carly and Freddie were about to get married.
Yeah. Was it like? I didn't watch the series because like I was going to plan on like maybe watching the series after the show like actually finished.
Well, it has now.
Yeah, I mean, but. I don't think I'm gonna watch it now because like if it's gonna be canceled officially for like ever, which might be the case, then like,
I don't.
It's like, is it really worth watching if it ends on a cliffhanger? Like,
I mean, it's a little disappointing, but it's still good.
Oh,
season 3 was still great.
I mean, yeah, I've seen clips of it, and I was like, this looks okay. I mean, it's kind of it feels forced, kind of, but. Like first to like the like humor and like the pop culture stuff, I guess.
Oh, I think
just from what I remember,
seasons like 2 and 3, where they were really going back to like the old comedy roots, like the first one was.
Yeah, I probably like watched most of the season 1 clips probably. Mm-hmm. But like I did, the clips I've seen that are the recent ones were Carly and Freddie like in that hotel room, some shit, and then I don't know if did you watch every episode so far?
Yes.
Okay, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Like I saw a
clip of the sex.
Yeah, and then like there's like a girl there, and then she was like lesbian, gay.
Oh, Harper. The best friend.
No, there's like a different girl.
Oh.
that was like...
I haven't watched season 1 since it like came out, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was season 1, but it might have been like season 3.
I think it was season 1. I do remember the hotel was in season 1.
And yeah, I guess I didn't see any other season, I guess, somehow.
It was mostly just season 3 was just them setting up Carly and Freddie getting together. That was pretty much the whole arc.
Great.
Yeah, I talked about like one scene where there was like revealed like sometime after the original that Freddie went to visit Carly in Italy, and she basically like mocked the idea of them being together, and I was like, that's super messed up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like no idea about it, and then she was like,
yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks ass.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see how that show ended.
Yeah, they were like literally just
getting to like the good stuff.
Like I said, they were literally about to get married.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a little crazy that they were going to get married like when they haven't dated long. But then you have to remember that they've known each other for like ever.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so it would make more sense.
It's not out of the realm of today's standards, by the way. Like, the people we went to elementary school with, they already have fucking wives and children and shit. Yeah. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Fucking people get married like way too young for. I mean, it's their life, and I'm not gonna fucking pester about them about it, but listen, I don't think I could have ever get married in like my like early 20s. Like that's just like not it. And then having a children at the same time.
Yeah, Freddie's like already a dad too. They adopted her. So.
Yeah, I mean it's different with Freddie and Carly because like they're already like older.
Yeah, like they're like mid to late 20s.
Yeah. So like it's whatever, really.
Yeah. But like I said, I think it just was like it's kind of like not a good sign when you're like getting married like that early into the relationship. But then you gotta remember that, like I said, they've known each other for like ever. So it they probably know
everything about each other too. Yeah. So there's that. It's not weird, personally, to me.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking Freddie and I was about to say Sam, Freddie and Carly.
I honestly thought it was with like they did this whole dramatic reveal of Carly just like looking like down the aisle and then like and her just starting crying, and I honestly thought somehow some way that it was Sam, but it was her mom.
And both make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say that they were not hinting at the mother at all coming up. Would you rather see Cully's mother or see Sam come back?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I think I'd personally rather see Sam come back.
But I
mean, they could still do Cully's mother.
I would be just...
Okay, let's just say you could only choose one, though.
Okay, but I was just going to say this. Like, if they did a reveal of Sam, I would be happy, but at the same time, I would have been like, Jeanette, no. That would have been my reaction, like, no.
Why? Because she would have been up for it now. If Jeanette like appears on the show, it's by her choice. So like I would be like, okay, that's interesting. I mean, good for her. I
just feel like she just stood up for like so much, and then her to like go back would be kind of just going backwards.
Right? No, I agree. I agree.
I still have not read her book yet, and I really want to.
We should just do book reviews.
Book club?
Book club? Book club, yeah.
Book-vibed?
Yeah. Let's just fucking do that, I guess.
Yeah, we gotta each get like 2 copies of books, and then we have to read them over the gap between our sessions, and then then we come over the session and be like, oh, so how far did you make it in the book today? I
got 1 page in and get up. That would be so bad, because like I don't know how well that would go, because like I don't know how much time I don't know how much energy I would have to like read. Like I would just like want to not do that at all, to be honest. But maybe in the
I'd
future.
probably try an audiobook. Like,
I would probably do an audiobook more than likely. I don't think I could like sit down and fucking like look at a page and do nothing else. Like I know that's like implied that like I'm fucking stupid, but like I'd rather just personally like have an audiobook.
Remember that I'm the one who can only. At my age, I still prefer to read books that have pictures in them. So you're not alone on this.
I'm indifferent about it. I mean, there's pictures. Aren't there like pictures in adult books too?
Well, yeah, like I was referring to comic books and graphic novels, but
right, yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So that's just something that's just always bothered me when they're like. People just who think they're like so high of themselves, be like, comic books aren't literature. Like, it's like, yeah, they are. They follow the literature structured format.
I mean, here's the way I see it. When you read, it's important that you're able to visualize what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see the difference if like books have pictures or not. Especially like for comic books, like stuff like that, where like pictures take up like more than half of it, everything.
It's just like, bro, you're just mad that the book's not like 400 pages long, and they can. And it's like most like of the comic books, they literally don't. It's mainly like a serialized thing that it's like you don't get the whole finale in like one book. It sets stuff up for like the next issue that comes out. I'm talking about just comic books. Like graphic novels are a bit longer and they will wrap everything up, but generally like and if they aren't literature, then why do people adapt novels into graphic novels? So are you saying novels aren't literature because now they've been turned into a graphic novel? That's how I read the Phantom of the Opera novel through a graphic novel, because it, the patience to read an old book made in France, and having like translation issues,
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Cyberpunk. I have not finished Phantom Liberty. I just haven't had the time though. So yeah, Phantom Liberty, Cyberpunk, the DLC. It's pretty good. I was a bit surprised that this kind of irritated me, but they basically like the update for Phantom Liberty. They basically just reset like everything in terms of gameplay, and like they reset like the whole skill tree and everything, and I'm kind of annoyed by that because now I feel weaker, which is weird. Because I had like a lot of like weapons mods, and like my armor was like really high, but now it's down to like 400. My health went down, and I know there's like stuff now that you can like make it better, but I've literally had like top tier stuff, and I still just feel so like underpowered as I compared to as I was before. So like I had like I use like when I do like melee weapons, I prefer like katanas, and I had 2 weapon mods katanas to make my attack speed faster, and those are gone now. And I was like, yeah. I mean, the story itself is pretty interesting. I haven't gotten around to finishing.
You haven't gotten into the goods of it.
I mean, the woman, Songbird, is hot, so I think I already got the good stuff. Just basically what I've gotten so far is that she hires you to help save the president, and she, in exchange, she offers to pretty much cure him. Since we've played, not far, but we've gotten into the gist of what the main. We basically just finished up what the setting up of the main plot was for Cyberpunk
on FGC.
Yeah, on FGC. Yeah. So, what the cure she's talking about is her and having Johnny's psyche in his brain, and it's slowly killing him. And she was like, I can cure you. And he was like, oh, okay.
Deal with him.
But right now in the story, the plane, she was like, the president was on a plane, and then the plane crashed, and you were also taken. The game's mainly set in this new area that I think they changed the map too, because I don't remember seeing this huge chunk area in Pacifica, but I was like, okay, this is a cool little town. This little private, but the plane crashes, and then you have to go rescue the president, and then the hot Asian who hired you is now missing.
Okay.
So I'm curious as to where the story goes. I feel like someone's gonna be, and then the president's and there's possibly someone infiltrating Washington, and then you're like, okay, there's gonna be a twist that someone's actually the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the Asian woman.
Maybe.
We shall see.
Yes. I mean, you shall see. I don't think I'll ever see it.
Yeah.
Because events. But
we need to buy a PS5.
Yeah. I will
say that they are easier to get now than they were when they first came out. So
right.
There's still places that will have them in stock. It's just I still have not seen them in stores, even though they have been. It's been almost 3 years since they came out.
I might just if I get one, I'm gonna get one online.
Yeah, that's
about it.
Yeah, because you'll never find one in stores.
And also, part of the reason why it's starting to be late to get one for me personally is because the Switch is at its end of its life cycle, which is why I think you should also possibly maybe hold off on getting a Switch unless you absolutely want to. I'll say it like this: hold off on getting a Switch for now until they possibly reveal it, maybe, and then we'll see what it looks like and see if it has backwards compatibility with this Switch.
That would be really stupid if it didn't.
Right. I heard that people were like, oh, if it doesn't, then it's okay. It's no, it's not okay, because that's dumb, and we want to play our Switch games on the next console if possible.
PS5 does that with PS4.
So, yeah. Just to see what the console looks like and all that.
Oh, you think it's coming out sooner?
People are speculating that they're gonna for sure maybe announce it next year at some point. I don't know when they would. But it's either gonna be next year or 2025, which is fucking insane to think about. But yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing is when you talked about when we watched the State of Play, you were looking at those the Deep Earth collection of and the good thing is that with PS5 you can take the plates off the PS5 and you can put those new ones in, so you don't have to buy a new console.
Right.
That's what I'm doing with the limited edition Spider-Man one. You can just take them off, the white ones off, and then replace them with a different color.
Yeah, I might do that if I get a PS5. It definitely seems interesting to do.
I think the pre-orders went up this month, but I'm like I said in the state of play, I'm like, dog, I literally have the limited edition Spider-Man one that they don't even make anymore.
Yeah.
So I think I'm all set, but
yeah,
I'd probably get one of the controllers down the line.
Right.
Like some of the metallic ones look sick with the controllers. That's if like they are at other retailers, but it seemed like they were only going to be on PlayStation Direct, and PlayStation Direct was an absolute nightmare with the Spider-Man stuff, so I wouldn't try anyway. Even if I had the money.
Right. I might get a PS5 eventually at some point this year. Probably Christmas, maybe.
Oh.
I'm thinking about it.
I highly suggest it.
The thing though is I want at least like 3 or 5 games that I know I'll play. Right?
Like, I will say, like, the Spider-Man games are freaking beautiful on the PS5.
I just don't know if I like it though. Like I'm not saying like I would hate the Spider-Man games. I'm just saying like I don't know how good I would be at games like Spider-Man, because like, it does not seem like up my alley. To be honest.
What games were you thinking about?
I don't know. Honestly, I have to just like look at the library of PS5 games.
And like if you get it, I can literally help you hook it up.
Right.
Because I know how to do it.
I should know how to like hook it up.
But you can transfer everything from your PS4 into your PS5.
Right.
So you can get all your games, all your save data.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I could just get it, and then buy games down the line, but I don't want to have like a fucking PS5 laying around and nothing to use it with, and shit like that.
Yeah, the good thing with the PS5 is there's like 2 versions. You can get like... Actually... Okay, you might hold off, because I think they might do a PS5 Slim soon. I don't know if that's true or not. But I've heard a lot of people saying they might do a Slim.
Okay.
So maybe hold off. I don't know when they're going to announce it or when it's going to come out. But it might be soon. But I have no idea. But I would still keep a lookout. I would still aim for your getting one by Christmas. Unless they somehow announce it. Like...
I mean, I might just get like the cheapest one, honestly. Like,
I don't know if it's like the price is gonna change or not. That's the thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do have like a PS4 Slim. Like it's the thin one, so yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll be thinking about it though. I'm sure like a lot of people will be getting a PS5 and other things around that time as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like whatever, I guess. Anything else from you?
Other than that, I've just been playing Mortal Kombat. I was mainly doing the new invasion thing. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't like that there's so many that you pretty much only have a month to like do. I don't know how it works, but this is just what I'm getting at is like there's like seasons that like alternate like every like month or so, and each season has like a specific element. So this season's was like fire, so and there's like a huge item shop for like you can get like cosmetics and stuff. But you can get these with like tokens that you can like easily get. Like I didn't think I was gonna be able to get the outfits and the gear I wanted, but with the invasion thing, I was able to get like everything I wanted and then some. Because there was like this Melina outfit that she looks super hot in, and I have not sent it to you yet.
Right.
And then like, obviously since it's fire, like the Scorpion outfits are pretty freaking good, and some of them I just was like, since it's like a red orange kind of thing, like some of the characters it just did not feel right. That's just the weird thing with like Mortal Kombat doing with the cosmetic stuff now. It's just like they feel like the characters have like always had like their own color thing.
Right.
Like Scorpion's yellow, Sub-Zero's blue, Reptile is green, Katana is blue as well. And then seeing them wear like red and orange, it's like this don't feel right. But
it's like an OC character.
Yeah. I only did the like Melina purple, like it's like. But then it's just that outfit. She looked super hot, and so I was like, I have to get it.
Right.
Because I think like, and since there's like a limited release, I'm like, yeah, I definitely have to try and get it. But, yeah, I think this probably might be the funnest Mortal Kombat I've played. I'm having a good time with it. Just to keep me busy until a couple weeks from now when Spider-Man 2 comes out. And I'm going to pretty much isolate myself from the rest of the world and will not return until I complete the game.
I might be the same with Mario Wonder. Like that's probably going to be the only game I'm going to consistently play after it comes out.
I know, because they're like, I saw like the RoboCop game is coming out next month. I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'll have time to get it because I'll be busy.
Right.
I'm gonna be something not long after our session when we watched the State of Play, I talked about like, hey, you know, if they added the Toby Black suit, that'd be cool. And I saw a screenshot that I guess we missed in the State of Play that they did have it, and I was like, and I immediately gasped. And I was like, oh man. So that means very fortunately that there will be non-original stuff in terms of cosmetics. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
I just hope that I can wear the black suit just now, any of them, for the entire game, and I'll be happy.
It will be.
So I'll shut up now. What do you want to talk about?
Alright, so from my end, you wrote
it down.
I wrote stuff down for the first time.
Oh.
And this isn't like the fucking Lydia and Alyssa shit. This is like actual like nerd stuff.
Okay.
Oh god, my fucking phone is glitching. Okay, wait, hang on. It's being fucking stupid as fuck. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so I did write down the writer's strike because like when I put that down it was like hinted at being over.
Yeah, I think like I know a lot of news outlets were saying like, oh, it's over, but from what I was gathering that it was just slowly wrapping up.
Right.
So like a lot of stuff are gonna now resume now.
Yeah.
So did that have any relevance to like anything you were saying?
I mean, I'm excited to see like most stuff come out because like there wasn't really anything.
For like 100 days they like haven't announced anything new or anything.
Right. I did see this trailer from John Woo, where it's this guy who is playing in the yard with his son, and his wife is there, and then like there's a shooting that happens in front of the house, and then the father and kid get shot. The father goes in the hospital, survives, but the kid dies, and then the dad goes like on a killing spree. Some shit. Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
That
looks interesting.
I'm a sucker for revenge.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it looks like they fucking revealed every fucking kill possible in the trailer, but you know, it's great. It's cool. So it still looks interesting. either way, even if they show like how everyone fucking dies. But yeah, that's really about it. And my other thing, I did write down more games that I wanted to bring up. I started with 2-player games, specifically 2-player games. I mean, some of them I think are 4-player games. I think only one of them is actually. But so the first game is called Super Bunny Man.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's one of those weird looking games that looks like very fucking strange, but like I've only seen like 2 people play it before with each other, and it's like Trombone Champ, where like the comedy just writes itself.
Yeah.
It's like one of those games where like just dumbass shit happens. Huh?
The self-awareness.
Not. I don't think I would describe it as that. It is like dumbass shit happens so much that like it's easy to like anyone could play it and anyone could like pick it up, even if they like have never played a game or like recorded a video before. Like it's one of those games where like it makes people look like professional, like good let's players, I guess. That's fucking cringiest thing I've ever said, but yeah, so it's like one of those things. It's just super fun and chaotic. Another game I have is It Takes Two. You may have heard of that one, maybe. It's basically like a 2-player game, obviously. I don't know what's about, but I've seen footage of it before. It looks interesting, where like it's just like this guy and a girl that are like going through like these obstacles and shit, and it looks cool. So I mean, it looks interesting. So we might do that at some point. These next couple ones are all on Switch. I don't have 2 of them. The first 2 ones. The first one of these is Snippet Clips.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so that's Nintendo Switch. I think it was a Switch release title, and it's basically these 2 like colorful characters we can cut each other. But then like you have to, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like stuff in the background or like stuff above you, where if you tilt your character, then the stuff in the background also tilts, and like it interacts with like the goal of the background.
It's like a puzzle.
Yes, yeah. I would say it's like a puzzle strategy type game. So yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's also, I wouldn't say it's like more like a fun game like Super Bunny Man is, where like the comedy writes itself, but like it's close to that. It's close to like one of those games where like anyone could play it for the first time and be like, yeah, I'm a comedy genius. And then the next game is I forgot what the Switch version is called, but Super Bomberman on Switch.
Might have heard of it.
Where you just bomb. I've never played it. You try bomb your opponent and shit. I don't know if it's more than 2 players. I mean, obviously there's only 2 of us right now, so it's like whatever. But it looks interesting. It looks like a fun game we can do for like a video or 2, and go from there.
2 of us for now.
Yep, 2 of us for now, until we get bad OnlyFans bitches on this channel.
I love that's just the running joke.
You know, it's just like the ugliest guys ever who join the channel. We make them have an OnlyFans, and then we make them upload to it. It's like people named like Bob or fucking Bruce or some shit. Subscribe to Bob and Bruce's OnlyFans.
We obviously we need to have 1 more guy and then 2 girls, so we can do the Mystery Incorporated.
Mystery Incorporated.
We can do Scooby-Doo for Halloween.
Oh, right. Who would the dog be?
Me. Oh. Obviously. Why? You think I'd be Fred? I would not be a good Fred.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Scooby.
No, that's fair. That's completely fine. Yeah.
I do not have like the height or like the the energy of Fred. Plus me and you would be like the closest to it, so it would make sense for me to be the dog.
Right.
Yeah, like those Scooby-Doo like onesie.
I mean, obviously people will associate me with fucking being Shaggy, but
yeah, so it would just make sense for us to be like Shaggy and Scooby.
It depends on like if we get another guy, right? It depends on like who he looks like. Like I like depending on what they look like, I could more than likely pull Fred as well. And also I could probably do like a better Fred impression than a Shaggy impression. I've never been good at doing a Shaggy impression ever.
You would have to like
Gadzooks!
You have to like no, it's like the
I am hungry.
Matthew Lillard, like he kind of gave it to you have to like find where your voice cracks to do it.
Oh yeah, like I don't know.
I try to do it, but I know it would sound completely awful, so I'm not even gonna try it, especially on camera.
I have to do it in private.
Yeah, I do it in private
because that's how like
I'm not showing.
That's how I like learn my impressions. That's how like I practice them. I can't fucking do them. I mean, okay, I'll give it like one try. Oh, God, what is?
You gotta find where your voice cracks first.
I'm trying to like I know what he sounds like, but like, I'm trying to like remember what he actually fucking sounds like, so like it can be as accurate as possible. Like Zoinks gang, suck my dick, Fred. Zoinks.
Find where your voice cracks.
I am so hungry for a sandwich.
You have to like. Because he like talked about in an interview, he's like, man, when I auditioned for that movie, I was just screaming in my car until my voice broke. So he could channel Shaggy.
That is such a Matthew Lillard thing to do.
That's why I love him.
I don't think I can do it right now. My voice is too nasally right now. But also, Shaggy's voice is kind of like scary and like timid as well,
and like
kind of deep. It's like a combination of all those things.
Yeah,
I don't have the deepness of it or the scratchiness of it at the moment.
I think it just depends like which version of Shaggy you're trying to do, because they like although like they are like obviously consistent, like there are like when depending on the voice actor they kind of changes, which is makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's not something like Mickey Mouse or something where it's like they have to like each one has to have like the exact like perfect like impression that it doesn't go like unnoticed.
Right. It's like a Mario situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's characters that could get away with it and characters that could never get away with like starting off.
Yeah.
Mario and Mickey are like two of those that
Bugs
could not
Bunny.
get away with it. Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
SpongeBob.
Daffy, yeah.
I feel if anything happens to Tom Kenny, then I think SpongeBob is over. Like I don't think anybody can replace him.
Oh yeah, no. Even though like there's probably a lot of people who are like spot on with the impression, but like
it won't. No.
I think the show is ending when he's done. Like
yeah.
I generally think that like they are still going because like Tom Kenny is like still having the time of his life with SpongeBob probably.
Oh yeah.
That or maybe he likes the money or both, whatever,
He calls kids in hospitals as SpongeBob to cheer them up. Like man's a hero.
Right.
He's an American hero.
He's also Ice King.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, what? And voice actors is so fucking talented, man. Like, I want to be able to like try and like have the ability to do like so many like distinctive impressions, which I think I have like 5 at most. But like voice actors, like professional voice actors, they probably have like more than 10 or 20. That
I've been rewatching Mystery Incorporated, and you gotta remember that Frank Welker does Fred and Scooby. So I'm just gonna throw that out there, and he has to do an impression for Fred.
Right.
And then, of course, Scooby-Doo,
Right.
So, yeah, they're very talented.
Yeah. Just to have multiple personalities. Basically. Because, like, voice actors, they get into it. Like, have you ever watched, like, videos of voice actors voice acting before?
Like, yeah. in the booths, yeah.
They are so like it's like they're actually acting out like physically as a characters. It's like funny and insane.
And I don't understand why they don't get the respect that they deserve. It's
it like crazy. So much respect. Just because they're not on fucking camera physically doesn't mean that work doesn't get put into it. Like especially like the harder the voice is, like deep voice, cracky voice, like those are the hardest ones. Like we have to like get your voice.
It's because like
specifically in
a specific even way. With like voice act, like and when they do like an anime movie, they only go for people who are on camera. They never pick like actual voice actors,
right?
Unless it's like a background character or a side character. Like, I mean, some people will like when they do. There's like either like two like roads that goes down. One that they clearly do not like it and prefer to being on camera, or the other one is that they are clearly having fun with it and still respect the medium. I think a good example, like I know this might be a hot take, but Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk, like you can tell like he's like actually giving a shit.
Oh, like generally, like I think he
even with like Toy Story 4, like you can tell like he wasn't hamming it. Like you could tell he was like having fun,
right?
Like, but with Cyberpunk, like there was like really one good scene in like a junkyard that was just the acting of like in the exchange between him and V was just so good. I was like, man, I'm like, man, I can't believe people think Keanu Reeves is a bad actor.
Right.
Like it's crazy. I feel like every time they think like Keanu's just a bad actor, I think they just think of his like early stuff, and it's like that's not really fair. Or they just think like John Wick, he's like, oh, he just doesn't talk much, but it's like, and so that dude puts like everything into like those movies,
right?
Does all like his own, mostly does all his own stunts too and stuff. So, you know,
I think the most useless job in the world is being a Keanu Reeves stunt double.
I got like a notification on my Reddit. Now it's just all randomized subreddits, but I got one that said Keanu being awesome and being like, Keanu saw me in my John Wick costume when his band was playing, and he like waved to me, and I was like, you know what? I was like, man, you know what? Man, I love Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves' name being like in the same sentence as Reddit is like, it always just gives me like
wholesome.
A flashbang effect. Like both in my ears and vision. Like it's like I hate how Keanu Reeves has to be associated. Like, I'm not saying Reddit as a whole is bad, because like there's definitely interesting shit on Reddit, but like I just hate how he has to be associated with it to a degree.
I just think that was just a really wholesome subreddit, that being like, yeah, we love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like when I hear that, there's no disrespect at all, but like it's just like, wow, like that's like the most Reddit thing I think I've ever heard. Like we love Keanu Reeves subreddit.
Yeah.
There's got to be like 1,000 Keanu Reeves subreddits on Reddit, like more than likely. Like
the Keanu Reeves subreddit rabbit hole.
How many of them are you part of? 400.
All of them.
Knowing Reddit, there's probably like 420 subreddits of Keanu Reeves. Okay, guys, don't make any more. Is that a perfect number? That are like 666 or 69 or some shit. Shit like that. Oh yeah, okay. Mo games. So this is the last one I put into the 2-player kind of category. Mm-hmm. There's still going to be more 2-player games, but like it kind of just dwindles down to like the series. But I put down a game that we played on FTC that we didn't really get that far into. A Way Out. Where it was that jailbreak game.
Yeah.
Listen, the game starts really slow.
Yeah.
Like, it starts really fucking slow, but like, I promise you, like, when you get to the middle point of the game, like, it's actually like really fucking interesting. And I'm not gonna say what it is, but like, at the end of the game, there's something that happens. That's just like so like fucking insane that like
the game totally did not start with pretty much the ending, but we'll talk about that.
Oh, it's not even that. Like it kind of hints at it, but like it's like something else entirely different. That let me ask you, what do you think is the twist ending? Well, like, what do you think happens at the end? Like, your most educated guess ever with what I'm trying to hint at.
Either there's a twist as to why they were put in, and that kind of goes with like those two might have had like there might be some connection between like why they were put in.
I will say there is a connection between them. That is as far as I will go.
Okay.
Like, the connection is actually pretty deep. Like to the point where like I'll give another hint that it's like it has to do with family. So, but yeah, that's as much as I'll get into. I promise you, like, if we play on this channel and you give it a chance, like, you will more than likely like it if you give it like the benefit of the doubt and you like really let it do its thing. Like, it can be really good, and like there's aspects of that game where like we haven't like scraped the barrel, like we didn't scrape the barrel of it on FGC, but like there's like multiple like different types of gameplay and shit in that game. It's like I watched like an entire playthrough of it, and it's just like, wow, that's like insane. It's like such a good game. What else? Don't mind me. Okay, so single player games. I put down all the Luigi's Mansion games. The third one is multiplayer. It's two player. So we'll be doing that to a player on this channel. The first two games are both single player. We're gonna be doing the first Luigi's Mansion at some point soon. It's probably gonna be the next video actually if we play that next. Which I don't think we are playing that next, but it'll be out at some point on the channel soon. But we'll be doing that Luigi's Mansion game soon.
We gotta see the GameCube.
Yeah, we set it up in between sessions, and it's running good. It's running perfectly. It's a little fuzzy. It'll be fuzzy to us, but I tested it, and the video quality in the actual video is pretty good.
Okay. I mean, it could have...
I think it has to do with like how big my TV is.
It could be. I mean, when I do my... I mean, obviously, because it had built-in HDMI, like, when I played my, like the original Xbox games on my TV, and I have a big freaking TV, like, it looked pretty good, so...
Yeah.
It could have just been the converter itself, but, like, even, like, at that point, it's like, yeah, we're not gonna just, like, buy a bunch of converters to see which one has, like, the best quality, and...
Right.
Just a waste of time and money, honestly.
Right. Exactly.
We just have to work with what we got.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm at right now.
Will that like work with other old consoles?
We're gonna have to see. I mean, I don't know if I want the PS2 or the Wii next in terms of like old consoles. I'm debating between those two.
PS2s are getting expensive for no reason.
Yeah, so who knows? Who knows?
I think I'm still mad about that auction, man. I was so hopeful because I was like, man, we could have gotten so much out of it.
Right.
And then just like
I was like $3 off in that auction. Like if I put like $4 more than like what I originally put, then like I could have gotten it. But
I think one that I think I sent you. I don't remember, but one just sold. Let me see. 4 days ago for like $20. And
damn, $20 for the console. Is that it?
And it came with a controller.
Oh wow. Didn't come with a cable.
I'm gonna look some. I'll look some more up right now.
Yeah, like, geez, that for a console and a controller. I mean, the cable isn't a part of it.
$200, $170. Like, this is crazy.
It's like so insane.
$45, $16 shipping. That ends in 2 hours, about 2 hours.
What's it at right now? It's a bid?
Yes. There's only one though. But it comes with two memory cards, AV cables, 2 controllers.
Okay.
I think that's the power thing. I don't know. Comes with 2 games. FIFA 2004 and Toka Race Driver 3.
Okay.
Not in the cases though.
Great.
But oh, there's one that's ending in about 4 hours. 2 bids.
Okay.
$16, $11 shipping. Comes with the clear blue controller.
Alright.
1 black one, and it's the bulky one. I don't know which one you prefer.
What's the other one? Is it like big?
There's there's a big one, and then like I think that's like the original, and then there's like the slim.
So basically, I think I have to get the slim.
Okay.
Alright, what did the other one come with?
I think I've only had the slims anyway.
What did the other one come with?
Which one were you talking about?
The first one you brought up came with.
I have to
controller. What was the other one that sold?
The auction.
Yeah, the first
two black ones. It was the slim.
Yeah.
2 memory cards, 2 games, all the cords.
Right, and that ends in 2 hours.
Yes, 45, 16. I think it's just the seller does not have a perfect 100% feedback, but I will say, like, I was looking for. This is my experience with eBay. This happened a few days ago. I was trying to get I was watching this auction for a while, and it was for so when I talk about my Spider-Man my PlayStation 5 covers, I had to get the disc version because the digital one, since I have a digital model, you can only get that on PlayStation Direct, and it was an absolute nightmare, so I had to get the disc version. But I think with the disc version, I can only use like the top plate, which is the only one that mattered anyway. So I was like, okay, I just have to get a black bottom plate. So PlayStation did make black ones, but they don't make them anymore. So, and someone was selling the black, the original, the ones that PlayStation made officially. The starting bid was like 99 cents, only 1 bid. Okay. And it was pretty much dead. So I was like, okay, maybe I can get this for like really cheap and get a huge W. But when it was like the final 20 seconds, it started flooding in.
Right.
And I was like, and I think that's what happened with Barnyard. The PS2.
When I was trying to buy Barnyard for the PS2.
Yeah. We just specifically wanted Barnyard. It wasn't on Xbox, so that'd be like the only PS2 game that I would probably want to play. And plus, a Let's Play of it would be freaking hilarious.
It would be. We
can name we could shoot milk and like name the cow anything we want.
Hello, Lover 2000.
Mike Oxlong. Yeah, so it like flooded, and I tried to fight back, but I got outbid.
Right.
By like 50 cents.
It's the worst for like you with $5.
And I put like, and if you look, like this was all like happening within like the same like last like 20 seconds of the auction too. So I was trying to go. I was like willing to go higher, but then like I got like outbid, and I was like, oh.
The last 30 seconds.
That's why I freaking hate
every
auctions.
bid. And like every auction is just like the most pressure you ever feel in your life. Like, it's like
I hate auctions.
What do I do? What do I do? Like, it's so stressful. Like, you know, the last PS2 auction, I sat at my computer staring at it for like the last 5 minutes, and then my heart like continuously raced up, and then like when it was like in the last 3 seconds, I was just like rapidly typing on my computer like, okay, come on. And then I missed it by like $4, and I was like, okay, I want to die now, but that's fine. Wait, we can like look into like other PS2s. I just don't want to like spend a lot of money right now because
I don't either.
I'm trying to like save up again because like I've been buying too much shit lately. But I'll get through the last 2 games quickly, and then I have like another subject to talk about. So the last 2 games, I'll just bring up the easier one to talk about first. The Peach game. The Peach game that has been being talked about lately on the Switch. It looks interesting to me to the point where I would like to play it. I want to jerk off to Peach in a video game, so...
I was about to say, like, it's going to be hard for you to play with one hand.
It really is.
Me and you, like... and me trying to watch it with one hand, like, it's going to be, like, bizarre.
We're going to have to, like, play, like, with our 2 separate hands.
Yeah.
Like,
our non-dominant hand.
I control moving, and you control the buttons and shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really strategic.
Something's gonna be hard, alright.
Yeah. I was thinking it's gonna be hard about that game. They really didn't need to make Peach looking like that, though. Like, they are making her having expressions lately, and like that fucking... Yeah, that hourglass figure, like... Remember when Peach was like a basic-ass bitch, and now she's like not anymore? Like... What are the times gone?
She's now like male fantasy now.
Right. Like slim mommy hours. Like, come on, really? Like, the fuck? And I didn't put this game, but I figured I would talk about it right now. Mario Wonder. I am so excited because this is the last session we're doing until that game comes out. And I am...
You're getting it.
I pre-ordered it like weeks ago. Like I'm so fucking excited for it to come out. Like, it's actually insane. I've been waiting for a new 2D Mario game for like a decade. And I'm happy that this is the first one we're doing on the channel. After this one, we'll probably... I don't know which one we're gonna do between the new Super Mario Bros. Series or the original Super Mario Bros. Series. We might go to the older games first and do those, maybe.
Ooh.
Just to see.
You mean like the original?
Oh yeah, the OG Mario Bros. Games. They're on Switch, by the way.
I know. I think you said it before. Like, I feel like people just don't want to play the originals unless it's for like speedrunning sakes.
I've said that?
Yeah, you said that. But in terms of like the first one.
Game.
I mean, like the first one's a classic, but like,
right.
Don't get me wrong. But
oh yeah,
I've like played like, I have played it on an NES before, and I have played like online versions, and I never really could make it far. I just feel like older like. Here's what, like... Okay, I have to throw this one in, because I personally want to play the old Castlevania games, but... Since it is October, but... those are probably on Switch, too. But I know they were... I think they're on PlayStation, too.
Right.
I think you can get, like, the whole... I think I got, like, the whole collection for, like, $5. All, like, the NES and SNES.
PS4?
On PS4, yeah. They have, like, the whole Castlevania collection. But the problem with those old games is just like...
checkpoints.
Yeah, because like you can tell that they were clearly slowly adjusting from like arcade stuff,
right?
like the thing of lives and stuff. Like honestly, it's like I'm not like I know that's the thing with like the tradition with Mario, but like you can like tell like with those older games that they're clearly like they feel more better at playing on an arcade, because like if you die and you have to start completely from scratch all over again, like nobody wants to do that.
Right.
Like play the whole game over again. Like it's like ridiculous.
Now the thing about the Switch games is that they have a rerun feature. So if we get the game over, we could easily like rewind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure. I remember that being a feature, but I could be entirely wrong somehow. Is it raining outside? It sounds like it's raining. I hear rain droplets. But
and like time limits too. Like that just irritates me.
You don't like time countdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only like, it doesn't say it's raining for me right now on mine.
That's weird.
But I mean, the only exception I'll give is Mario, because at this point it's just tradition. At this point,
of course.
So it's like they get like it gets the pass because that's pretty much tradition with the Mario games at this point.
Yeah.
I mean the 2D ones.
2D ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like fine, but like it's just a lot. That's why I just don't really mess with like old
Have you
games.
ever completed a Mario game before?
No.
You've never completed a Mario game? What was the closest one you've gotten to completing?
None of them.
Really?
No.
I mean, which ones are the ones you played ever? Would you think you got the farthest in?
Like 2D, right?
Any of them. 3D, racing, sports.
With your help, we were able to pretty much get all the unlockables, and I think we were really close to getting all the unlockables in Mario Kart. So I guess that would Mario Kart Wii. So I think that's because you were the one who told me about that there was like unlockables, because like they, love Mario Kart Wii, but they don't make it clear that there's other cups and characters. You have to like find out yourself.
I told you this years ago in like elementary school or some shit.
Yeah.
Did you not like play through the Flower Cup and Mushroom Cup at all?
I don't remember, but
because that's how you like unlock the Star Cup next. You have to like play the first two, and if you get like top 3 or whatever, something like that, you get to have a Star Cup. So
it's just they didn't really make that clear, and I know it showed it on like the license, but like you're a kid who you don't read the license. You just load up the game. You don't like stop. You just, as soon as you see your Mii, you just load up the game.
I think I think a lot of people might have done that, but I think
in terms of like 2D, I think in like 2D Mario, like I think it was like the first one. I think I beat maybe like a couple levels in World 1, but
Super Mario Brothers or the DS version?
The like original.
Okay.
Either like, but yeah. It's just like, I think I've talked about it before, it's just like 9 worlds with like a crap load of levels is just too much for me. It feels way too energy consuming. I
get that. Yeah. Now I completely understand the argument for 2D Mario games multiplayer wise being like fucking draining as fuck, but like I feel like once we actually get to those games, especially if we have like 2 other people with us,
I get like they're like simpler, but like since they're simpler, but it's still like I just feel like when you look, just by me looking at like the freaking map, I'm just like, I just feel like it would take me like forever, and
Are you talking about okay, which game are you talking about specifically? The newer ones, or
I don't know. I'm just talking in general, I guess.
Oh. Are you talking about like single player wise, or
I guess single player wise or whatever? It's just.
Do you think it helps out if you have someone else with you, or?
I mean, it's still like. I don't know. I feel like multiplayer just wouldn't make a difference. It just because you're all just going from left to right.
I guess it depends on like who you're playing with, maybe.
I guess.
Because like if you're playing with someone who knows what they're doing, then like I guess it's easier. But then you feel bad for like not knowing what to do, and like you're just like probably like make them like feel slow.
I also just feel like because of like, I mean, I'm not trying to generalize or anything, but sometimes it might get a little repetitive. That you kind of just like, yeah.
Yeah, no, the argument, that same argument has been made for like the recent Mario 2D games, for like especially since they released like the last two of those like in years of each other. Actually the three no, okay. Let's not talk about Luigi U because everyone really forgets about that game. Mario Brothers 2, the 3DS one and the Wii U one were released in the same year, right? Mm-hmm. So that really like fucking put the nail in the coffin for that series, because everyone was already kind of getting a little bit tired after they announced the 3DS one, the 3DS New Super Mario Brothers series, and then they announced the fucking Wii U one, and then they released them in the same year. Like, they should not have done that.
Wait, Mario Bros. Wii came out like...
Mario Brothers Wii came out in 2009. I'm talking about the Wii U one.
Oh.
Yeah, the Wii U one came out in 2012. It was a launch title, but I feel like they should have waited at the very least. Because two like games in the same series, they're technically in the same series, like, come on, like that's just not needed at all in my opinion. So I understand the argument there for like too many games in the same series. I can see why in that case people would think the levels are repetitive. I will always be a firm believer in that if the Wii U one waited like at least 3 years to release, then I don't think the criticism for that game would have.
I mean, I will say, like, I think Wonder does not look like it's gonna have that problem as much.
Oh yeah, they definitely like studied like the Mario Maker levels and like saw what people wanted and saw what people were probably making, and they're like, you know what? See what they do, take inspiration from it, see what everyone wants who actually fucking plays these games. And
because since there's like now so many new like power ups, like it's gonna be like a lot of unique stuff like that you have to use.
Yeah, it's like a whole new experience that I am super excited for.
So I'm actually kind of excited for Wonder, because like it might be something fresh and compared to like the Mario stuff I've like seen and the little I've played personally.
Yeah. I'm talking from someone who has played the whole New Super Mario Bros. Series, Mario Brothers DS, Mario Brothers Wii, Mario Brothers 2 from the 3DS, and Mario Brothers Wii U, as well as New Super Luigi U. All those games. I played all of them 100% by myself. I can see why people think they're repetitive, right? I mean, there's only so many like level types you can make, but for what they did in like that specific period of a time, I would say like those games were like, they stand well on their own. Like, if you were to play the Wii one first, like, you would probably not have a problem at all. Like, those games on their own, all of them stand tremendously well on their own.
I have seen Let's Plays of Mario Brothers Wii, man, and everyone's like, yeah, this looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Might get a little chaotic with 4 players, but...
Right. But, yeah, like, I don't know. Someday I might make, like, a video on my main channel where it's just, like, defending them over the series, because like I'm probably like one of 10 people who probably like all of the games. I'm kind of in the middle with the 3DS one, but like I think what went wrong is the DS version. They had like the DS version of those New Super Mario Brothers games was kind of like the Mario Brothers Wonder of that series, because like there's so many new enemies, so many like original bosses, and then the Wii one, like they had 4 players and a lot of different shit, but then they brought back the Koopalings, which was very cool at the time. And then New Super Mario Bros. 2 when Wii U took back the Koopalings again, to the point where it's just like, okay, well, we had original bosses in the DS version, so why not in any of these versions? Why do we need this fucking recycled ass boss system where you can't make new bosses? They're in every single fucking fortress, every single castle that we play in. Whereas the DS version, again, they had different fucking bosses in every world. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, so I see the argument there 1,000%. Like, I agree with everyone who criticizes that part. I love the Koopalings, but I love the nostalgia factor they have. But playing them 4 games straight, from the Wii version to New Super Luigi U, it's like, this is the same fucking fight. Like, there's not any change with this. Like, the flowing's different, like, you fight them in a different order, but, like, there's, like, not much difference with that at all. So, I'm hoping with Mario Brothers Wonder, I don't think we've seen any bosses yet at all, but I'm hoping that they have the New Super Mario Brothers treatment where they have new bosses, like original bosses, kind of like the fan games. Have you are you aware of the fan-made Mario Brothers games from like the Wii and stuff?
Surprised that they would exist with Nintendo, but you know.
Yeah, they're out there. I'm pretty sure you can still play them, which I would love to do. They're a little for more experienced players, but they are like so like good looking to the point where it's like, this is what Nintendo should have done. Like, it's just those fan made games are like so fucking good looking.
I mean, because that's just it. They're made by fans,
right? Of course.
That's why fan movies are like so good,
right?
Like, man, Spider-Man Lotus. I have not watched it, but I have seen people who reviewed it, and I've seen clips of it, and it looks freaking awful.
Yeah, I saw that.
The lighting, just like, oh.
I saw a clip of that alleyway scene.
Like, the lighting's just so bad.
It's just like, was just shot in like a fucking basement, like
you know, like you're supposed to light up scenes, right?
It's insane.
But I have seen a couple Spider-Man like fan films, like somewhere. There's one from like the 90s or something, but like, this is how you tell this. I think it's called like Green Goblin's Last Stand, and it's supposed to be like the death of Gwen Stacy. But that dude did his own stunts. Like, he swung on buildings, like, and he like went on top of a moving car. Like, dude was nuts. Like, dude was so, like, he could have died for this, but he like, that's just how dedicated fans can be.
Yeah. That's insane.
And like, I think that he like posted like the behind the scenes, and he was like, Spider-Man's supposed to swing on buildings, so I'm gonna swing on top of buildings. Like, you freaking madman!
That's so fucking crazy to think about. Holy shit!
Like, I could not imagine myself just like doing like the Spider-Man pose on top of a moving, like, fast-moving car like that. I would be like shitting myself though. Like, even though I was holding on to like dear life, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall off. Like,
right. Fuck, what else? Okay. 2 more things. One is a game. Did you want to say anything else about Spider-Man or the fan films, or is that it?
I mean, yeah, I want to do more fan films. Like, I have to watch some. I remember one that I really like. This just shows like that fan films, they can just pretty much get away with anything. Is that And sometimes, like, the Friday the 13th fan films are freaking crazy. Like, there was, like, a couple. Like, one is, like, the Never Hike Alone series, which is, like, really popular. Like, I think the first one is, like a found footage horror one, where the guy, like, finds, like, the camp and stuff, and then he, like, runs into Jason. And I think the other one, I was, like, Never Hike in the Snow. And because a lot of people for, like, a long time were like, hey, can we have, like, something in Friday the 13th with Jason, like, in the winter? And they never did him, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna have him in the winter. And I think they're making another one. I don't know if it came out yet, but... and then another one was... And what's crazy about most of the Friday the 13th fan films is that they get the actors from the original movies, which is even crazier. And I think another one was Roseblood, which is a follow-up to Part 7. And that one was nuts. And since, like, Part 7 was one of my favorites, so I was like, yeah, this is pretty... But... And this just shows you how much they can get with the fan films. Michael Myers just shows up, and they fight. And it was like, because, like, this, like, it was about, like, this girl, I think she could, like, pull stuff in from, like, it was, like, so bizarre. And then, like, she accidentally pulls in Michael Myers, and him and Jason just start fighting, and it was, like, and I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, Hollywood, if you do a Jason versus Michael Myers movie, you guys are gonna make, like, billions of dollars. I guarantee it. We've been waiting for it.
Right.
Like, Halloween series.
If you take, like, the big four ones, and then, like, you put them in a free-for-all, like, movie, like, they don't know how well that would do.
Yeah, like
just take Michael, take fucking Freddy, take fucking fuck, why I'm so fucking well, I said Michael, I said Freddy. Well, Ghostface, what's the first one? I'm sorry, Jason. Take all of them and put them in one movie. Watch what happens.
Money will happen.
It would be, like, probably the movie of the year.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
actually. Not even to, like, horror fans. It'd be, like, the movie of the year to everyone else as well, you know?
Yeah, it's just, like, it's something that is... And then they're like, you know what? Everyone wants it, but we're gonna do it.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, like... I mean, Michael's not busy, so...
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything ongoing right now. I think they're trying to do a TV series or something, but I wouldn't.
TV series with Mike Myers?
Like a Halloween series, TV series or something.
I would not mind that, actually.
I mean, it would be interesting. I think Jason's getting a prequel series as well. I think Jason needs some more content. He hasn't had anything in, like, nearly 15 years. He's only gotten the reboot movie. That was, like, nearly 15 years ago. So, like, he needs something new. Well, everyone's like, well, Michael just finished off a new trilogy, so, like, he's probably gonna be resting for a little.
Only just cost his entire reputation, but
oh yeah,
you know, it's fine. It's whatever. I saw a tweet where it's just like, which Michael was better, Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends Michael? And everyone's like, are you fucking retarded? Like, the Michael who killed, like, half the town and the Michael who got beat up by a 23-year-old. I wonder.
Yeah, people are like, well, actually, he was so weak in that one because he was living in the sewers for 4 years and he had to rely on nothing but eating sewer rats. Like, what are you talking about?
It's Michael Myers. Does he even need to eat?
Yeah, I mean, he ate a dog in the original, so... I
guess he eats dogs, but you gotta just fucking kill, like, multiple dogs, I guess. Go to the fucking shelter home or some shit. What the fuck? Like, great gay. Who's gonna stop you? The fucking, like, 23-year-old on fucking night shift or some shit? Like, she doesn't care about life. She's in college debt forever now. Like, fuck off. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
It'd be cool for a Halloween series.
I think they would have to play the cards right.
How do they even do that? Are they gonna like stay in like the current time, like they did with the movies, or are they gonna keep Michael on like the current age time, or are they like gonna like make him ageless or whatever?
I mean, Michael was kind of ageless in the older movies because like.
They have to do that. Like, what other way does it work? Because, like, if he's gonna die of old age, it's like that makes it less scary. Like, fucking, you gotta like go up to him and like.
The only time I saw it like work, like someone did a fan film like years ago that I remember watching that they had Michael die of like old age, but there was like, but it was like something that was like it kind of made like they kind of had like flashbacks and stuff to like make it like make sense, I guess, and like
I guess Michael hearing like work,
but it was a fan film, so they obviously were like trying not to, mess it up, but
I just thought of like Michael being able to die from like old age. It's just like okay, then just like
that's why. Yeah, that's why I think this is like with the newer movies. That I think like it was like cool that Michael was like now older now, but like at the same time that means like that means he's just gonna die of old age if like nothing's gonna physically kill him.
I mean, his physical appearance can change, but like. Yeah. I think the only way he should be able to die is from like someone actually killing him. Like, I don't think he should die from like age, in my opinion.
I still just think that he went out in like a pretty weak way. I guess.
Yeah. I feel like he should have died from like the entire town crashing in with cars or some shit or something like that.
Got his freaking head cut off or something like metal like that.
They just stabbed him.
I know they like did that before, but I think but that one there was just revealed to be a huge cop out, so it was like.
I think if they chopped off his head like that, they would be like, "Oh, he's obviously fake, Michael." Like, I don't think they want to.
They did that before. That's exactly what happened.
I know what you're talking about.
H2O.
Yeah, that. So I don't think they would want to kill him that way. If that makes sense. Like, it's a cool death, but like, I don't think they want anyone to be reminded of H2O and how that ended. Probably.
I think it was a good end. It just like because they just they just did a sequel. It just kind of just ruined the whole thing.
They didn't need to like reveal that it was a Michael. Like they could have just ended it off there.
I think it was pretty nasty because it ended like a standard like Halloween movie, being like, oh, Michael's defeated, but then Laurie's like, fuck that, I'm hijacking the coroner truck because I know he's not dead. And surprise, surprise, and then they like tussle, and then they fall off like over, and she pins him to like the freaking tree, and like the car was pinned onto him, and then she cuts his head off. Like I thought that was pretty good, but then it was like, oh, it was just nobody the whole time. But then that wouldn't make sense because obviously, if that was a normal guy, then he would have probably been dead from all that abuse.
Right. And why would he be fighting her in the first place?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, because Michael crushed his vocal cords so he couldn't speak. Like the guy could have just made like a bunch of hand gestures like, hey, I'm not Michael.
Just unzips his pants and takes a shot on the ground like, look at, is that Michael shit? No, it's not Michael shit. Take a DNA test. I'm not Michael Myers.
Yeah, I think I talked about it with like the FGC, but like I think if they do anything new, I think they need to just do a clean slate. I don't think they need to do a follow-up for anything.
Right. No, of course. You're talking about like start from like the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that
a new version of the original.
Right.
Again, but not as grindhouse yet.
I think they have like one reboot series with original left in them because like Michael would be like probably less than 100 or some shit.
Yeah, that's like how long can they go on?
Yeah. But after that, it's like they're going to do like an entire new reboot. I completely agree with that.
I think the only one that would like, if they do a follow-up, would probably be for the original timeline, I guess, with his niece, and they only do a series that's just like focusing on her after Halloween 4 because Halloween 5 sucked, but like that could work because that's what they were going with it, but they were like, we have to bring Michael back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could work, and I think, but Yeah.
We should wrap this up. So the last two things, the last game is called fucking Katamari something. I forgot like what the exact title is, and there's multiple games I'm pretty sure, but it's basically this weird, goofy Japanese game where it's just like this stupid small person on a big world where like you start with a small ball and then you eventually work your way up to like creating a big ball of like objects and people and shit.
I know we do have to play dating sim games. There's so many on PlayStation that
we need to do.
I think they're like cheap too, so maybe we can play them tonight because I want like a good laugh.
Right. And then last thing, I'm going to be trying to work on installing 2 emulators on my computer, one for the 3DS and one for the Wii U. I'm fucking stupid, so I might need help with that. From probably anyone, but
I could probably.
Yeah, maybe. It's just I also have to put like a lot more storage, so that's probably gonna have to be the case.
Is it like a new memory card or whatever?
Probably, yeah. There's not that much space on my computer. I have to delete like videos every like 2 weeks to like make space. But yeah, that's just a teaser for hopefully 3DS games especially, but also the Wii U games in the future. But that's gonna do it.
Oh no, Matt!
I just shit my pants! Fuck!